Hey guys, Sherman here, back with another featured live match replay with commentary by yours truly. This is going to be JP. This is the last shop tournament that I filmed at my time at 88 Card House. We might get another one when I film, or assuming that I film the WGP finals. Hopefully we can do that, but this is like the last normal shop tournament that I was judging and TOing, so a little bit bittersweet for me, but let's get right into the matchup. So on the left we have Heaven Burns Red. Looks like 8-win to me. Not exactly my build. I already see some cards that I do not play, but it's 8-win. And on the right, this is Persona 3. I think I know most of the Persona 3 card and card effects, but just in case, got my phone out to check the effects in case I do not remember them. Alright, Heaven Burn Red player here, starting off with the red level 0. This is going to be the top check 2, or sorry, the mill 2, and then the top check 1, mill it or leave it on top, and you can do that twice. A really good card, really good card, able to just get you so much information about the top card of the deck. Oh, right, so let's see here. On the P3 side, we're going to be playing this is like a spawner, so if it mills a level 0 or lower character, you get to put that character into the back road, and it looks like we do in fact get that. That's pretty good. And then this level 0 green card, no, it's not a green card, it's a yellow card, but it looks green because the background is completely green. Actually don't recognize this card. Is this like from the premium set? I do remember. I don't remember what this card does. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, so Reload is just a really interesting set because not only did they give it a new booster, which is the P3 Reload cards, but they also reprinted the old P3 cards, and some of them are quite playable. So definitely something to keep in mind. Alright, on the left hand side, Heaven Burn Red player going to go ahead and use the Riki to level up and search probably level 1 combo, but if they don't have the level 1 combo, or they don't have the climax in hand, they might be trying to find a way to get to the climax. That's a pretty common line of play here. You can be checking some zones, seeing what they can do. Is Persona Schwarz or Weiss? Looks like they'll be searching for the climax swap, so that makes sense. They probably have the other climax in the hand, gonna be able to use the climax swap to the right climax. There we go. For free from the deck. What a really crazy card. This card is just so good, honestly. Like, the more I play it, the more I think it's insane, because like sometimes you'll just open this card and the wrong climax in hand, and just on turn 1 you just get to play it and grab the right climax. Like, that just feels insane to me, always. It feels so good. Yeah, so pretty good. Oh, you know what would actually help me a lot if I use DECKLOG. I'm a genius. All right, on the left, looks like Heaven Burn Red player going to be triple attacking, or not triple, only double combo. Oh, cancels on the floor. That's a pretty big cancel. It's a nice juicy cancel, but yeah, gonna be able to resolve double combo, which is honestly all the combo that you really need. Generally speaking, I am only resolving double combo with this deck because like the third one is just so overkill. Oh, milling 2 climax is not ideal, but at least we get to mill another 4 on the last attack here. But they will probably be taking a decent amount of damage on the swing back here. Yeah, not good. Milling 2 climaxes there, definitely not ideal. Thinking about stopping here, there's no way. You just mill 2 climaxes. Aren't you just going to go all the way here? Like, I would assume you go all the way here. But, oh, they're just going to stop there. Maybe there's a lot more climaxes left in the deck than I suspect. Didn't seem like there was a lot of climaxes left in the deck, but who knows? I don't know what their deck state is, so I'm not gonna assume anything. Oh, this is a red card. Oh, this is the on death Kome. Okay, yeah. It's really hard to tell color from the recording because, well, it's a recording. But yeah, that's the on death coming. I know that card. Okay, and then this is the Rico, right? Yep, the Rico effect, revealing a, this looks like a level 1. All right, level 1 combo. Oh man, is this the cigarettes combo? This is probably the cigarettes combo, right? This is cigarettes, right? No, cigarettes is red. No, this is top check 4 then? Oh, this is top check 4. Okay. Top check 4 combo. Gonna be able to add a reload magic or weapon trait. It's basically everything, right? I mean, Persona is just such a weird set. There's just so many different traits and so many old cards that, like, I would not be surprised if this somehow doesn't get something that is important. would not shock me in the slightest. What's that card in the back row? Is that a Brainstormer? The Rico's in the front row. In the back row. That is the Brainstormer. Okay, it's like the on climax placement. You can look at the top 2 cards and rearrange them. Yep. Gonna go ahead. So we know the top card of the deck is the level 1. So if we attack, okay, we're not gonna attack with the. Oh, we're gonna be triggering here instead. Okay, interesting. So they're gonna opt to. Oh wow, they cancel the first one. That's kind of huge actually. They cancel the second one. What? Wow, I did not expect this many climaxes to be in the deck. That's pretty surprising to me. Seeing that they did mill 2 off of that first check. But really good call to stop milling here. Oh my goodness, a triple cancel. That's impressive. They played a climax, milled 2 climaxes, and triple canceled. So now there's only 2 climaxes left that we don't know about. Presumably both in the deck still, maybe? But that's super impressive. Wow. And the 1-0s come back. This is, we are seeing Heaven Burn Red at truly full potential here. This is kind of why the deck is so disgusting, is that you just get to do this. You cancel, the things come back, you plus like a bajillion, and then if you get the climax again, you can do the combo again. And it's crazy. And even if you don't get the climax again, you can definitely, there's other ways to either brainstorm out. Your brainstorm is brainstorm 5, so like definitely really easy to mill out the rest of your deck in situations like this. Or you can use one of the many ways to just go through your deck. We already saw the mill 2 and then top check 1 twice card on turn 1. You also have draw 1, ditch 1 twice. So just on play, draw 1, ditch 1, and then on play, ditch a Seraph character to draw 1. And then the newest promo from this month, or September-October promo, which is also on play, discard a Seraph, draw 1, and then on play, pay 1, ditch 1, or ditch, I think it's just ditch 1, top check 3, add 1, so the Cosmo effect. And yeah, you just have like so many ways to go through cards in your deck, so definitely yeah, we'll see how the Heaven Bird Red player approaches this situation. I do see the double draw in hand. I would just be playing that first and then deciding afterwards what to do. So in general, so this is okay, so it's like a slight minor optimization that I would have done. So in general, you want to discard Seraph draw first before. Oh my god, they drew into the climax. They're so good. They're so good. Oh, they're so good. Okay, but what they did not do that was good is usually, in general, you want to use the discard Seraph draw first before the draw ditch. And the reason why you want to do that is because when you play the card, you can look at your hand and you can pick out the worst card in your hand, the worst Seraph card in your hand. And at that moment, you can just discard that card to get other cards, right? Because the important thing is when you draw discard, you can discard anything. So you can discard something that you drew. But when you discard draw, you cannot discard the thing that you just drew. So in the situation where you discard a Seraph that's not actually that bad, but you're like, oh, I'm just gonna discard this first, and you draw into a climax, you cannot discard that climax, right? So that's the reason why you should always use the discard draw first and then the draw discard, because the draw discard, if you drew a climax or a bad card, you can always discard the card that you drew. But if you draw discard first, let's say you draw a climax, and then now you want to like discard a climax, then you can't discard, you can't discard the card that you drew off of the draw discard, right? So like, let's say you draw discard, you drew a good card, you're like, okay, I'll just do something else, and then you discard the worst card in your hand and you draw a climax that you didn't want. You can't discard that climax, right? But if you did the other way around, you would have 100% been able to discard that climax because you would have drawn into the climax, and then now you can discard anything you want. So again, in general, draw discard first. Or sorry, yeah, in general, discard draw first, and then draw discard. Don't draw discard first. All right, but I mean, yeah, I mean, this is just kind of murder, robbery, whatever you want to call it. Just like, yeah, back to back double combo. I don't even know why they play the drop salvage in this situation. Like, I probably wouldn't have done it. You already had like full board, and like, well, I guess not entirely full board, but like you didn't need to do the drop salvage there. You could have done it later. But I guess they were trying to get the counter into hand. Like, I wouldn't even worry about the counter at this point. You're 1-1, dude. The chances of you hitting level 2 here is like not very high, because you refresh damage, you're 1-2. So as long as you cancel like one swing, there's like a chance that you don't even hit like level 2. If you cancel 2 swings, you're like guaranteed not hitting level 2. So like, why are you trying to scope for the 2-1 counter at this point? It's a little too early, I think. So, but yeah, oh my gosh, this is just brutal. It's so brutal. The good thing about this matchup for the P3 player, it's not all hopeless, is because assuming that this P3 player is playing the choice combo, that combo can bounce, and that combo can bounce at level 2. So like, you kind of just get to bounce the bodyguard, so the bodyguard's not as good. So we'll see how the Heaven Burn Red player decides to play into that specifically, because yeah, the bounce really does counter the bodyguard. But if they are a true watcher of the channel and watcher of my deck profile, they'll know that like, the point isn't to put all your eggs in the bodyguard basket. The point is to make the bodyguard a threat so that your opponent has to answer it, but also make sure that your side lanes are also threatening by playing the 2-1 for free, which are 7Ks, or by playing other big 2-1 bodies. Right now I've been testing the 2-1 3K that like markers to become 11. Like, that card's pretty good too. So you just want your level 2 board to be threatening so that your opponent cannot, once again, they cannot answer everything. On paper, everybody would like to say that they can answer everything, but in practice, in a game-to-game situation, there are situations where your opponent cannot answer everything. It just doesn't always happen, right? And so if it doesn't cost you a lot to put up a bunch of threats that your opponent has to answer, then eventually your opponent is not going to be able to answer everything, right? And that's kind of the opportunity window for this deck to really strike, right? And it's a very low risk kind of investment, right? You're not spending that many resources on this big board, right? All your 2-1s refund themselves, or they're just like really big or something, right? But your opponent has to expend a lot of resources to answer your board. So it's like, you spend very little, your opponent spends a lot, and eventually, as you do this multiple times over the course of the game, you're just gonna win out. That's just how the deck works, right? So yeah, again, not putting all your eggs in one basket, I think is really important playstyle for the 8-win deck. I see a lot of people with 8-win, they're just like, okay, I have to triple cancel this turn, otherwise I'm behind. It's like, why'd you do that? Why you do that? You could just set yourself up so that you don't have to triple cancel and you'll still be fine, right? Like, just choose the path of like highest gain, right? Like highest return on investment. Not like the ceiling. Don't like aim to high roll every game, right? Like, that's just not gonna happen. But if you aim to get the most bang for your buck every game, then like, yeah, you're just gonna win out. Your deck is unfair. You +2 off your level 1 combo. What else can I say? Crazy. All right, so no climax here. So gonna be like swinging like 2-1-2, or depending on triggers. So we'll see. I don't think Heaven Burn Red is gonna hit level 2 here. Like, I don't think that's very likely. Like, pretty likely they'll be like 1-5. Oh, okay. Oh, we'll cancel the 2, right? And we'll pretty good. That's a 2 or a 3. I couldn't tell. It's a 2. Okay. Yeah. See, look, they're not gonna hit level 2. Even if they take this, they didn't even, like, they're not even level 2. So like, why'd you salvage the counter? I don't understand. I mean, this, of course, is hindsight 2020. But like, even when he salvaged a counter, I was like, I don't think you're gonna hit level 2. That's actually, I don't think that's very likely. I just don't think it's very likely. So now, what are they gonna do? They can choose a clock here. I would probably still clock. You really want to just like draw a climax and kind of just keep the pressure up. If you can draw a climax here, even if it's the wrong climax, you just slam it, just 1k1, put a bunch of pressure. Oh, I would have clocked. I would have clocked. I would have clocked. Clocking also just gets you a lot of options. Again, using the draw ditch first, that is not what you want to do. You want to ditch draw first. Ditching and then drawing gives you more options. See, look, they drew a 3-2. That is bad. Look, so this is the exact interaction that I'm talking about. They discarded a level 0. That's good utility. That level 0 is really good. You want to hold in your hand for like a rainy day so you can clone something that you really need, right? They could have saved that in their hand. It's a really good card. But instead, they chose to ditch it for the ditch draw, and then they drew a 3-2 that is useless in this situation, right? And I'm pretty sure that when they drew the 3-2, they were like, oh, dang it, I wish I could have discarded this. Well, you could have discarded it if you just chose to ditch draw first and then draw ditch, because then you would have drew the level 3 for your draw ditch, and you'd be like, this is the most useless card in my hand, and then you ditch it, right? So that's just always going to feel better than the order that this player has done 2 times already with this level 0. Yeah, but it's okay. These are minor things, but the minor things add up, right? And most importantly, it's like it feels better to ditch draw first and then draw ditch, because like, again, you have the most control of what you're discarding at the end of the entire effect resolution. So your hand is just the most sculpted hand you could possibly have, right? Whereas now it's not the most sculpted hand. They would have definitely rather had a different card in their hand other than that 3-2. So Yup. That is, it is how it is. We'll see what they're gonna do here. I mean, they didn't clock, so they are just missing like 2 extra draws that they could have gotten, which I think is pretty meaningful. Like they should have clocked. Now they're thinking about drop searching. What are you even drop searching here for? All right, well, it looks like they're gonna drop search. I'm not really sure what they're searching for. Are they gonna search for the cloner? So try to clone to draw ditch again? Oh my goodness. But guess what? You discarded the cloner. You discarded it. Why would you discard the cloner? Oh, you could have cloned the green one. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about, man. Oh, if they just, yeah. See, now they have to do this really awkward, weird line where they're like searching a Rico to like potentially like Rico into something. Oh gosh, they're gonna Rico now? Yeah, just minusing a lot for fun. And also, we don't know if they would have drawn to a climax if they had just clocked and drew. I would have just clocked and drawn there. Okay, well, one or lower. You're gonna draw, do the, oh, what the heck? That's not what I expected. Okay, yeah, double draw, but like, again, you know the top card of your deck is a 1-0. Oh, why are you drawing ditching again? Oh, why are you doing this again? The third time! Oh my goodness. It's like so bad every single time, right? Like every time I see it like, I cringe. I'm just like, oh. And of course they trigger a climax now. Well, whatever. At least it's a soul trigger. Ooh, cancels. Another soul trigger. Disgusting, by the way. Disgusting that level 0 just has a soul trigger. Oh, 3 soul triggers in a row. It's like you played a 1k1. Oh, disgusting. So much damage. Oh my goodness. So disgusting. This deck is so gross. So gross. Like you just do so much damage over the course of a game because you run so many soul triggers. You're like 30 something soul triggers. You're basically like a Gura deck. It's crazy. So like, oh my gosh, dude, this deck's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, there are different builds. Like my friend built one where it's like it plays more around the 2-1. That's like the Hulk, where it gets to like pay 1 to burn 1. I think that card is quite good. If you like play around it, you're like, again, it's less all in on the bodyguard, which I'm a big fan of. But I personally think, what is that? I need to know what that card is. I've never seen that card again in my life. What is that? Okay, what the heck does this do? Okay, frontal 2k to level 3s, and it ditches into like the pro tag. Oh, okay, it's like a ditch bond. Meh. Why have I not seen this one before? Weird. Which one does it ditch bond into? It ditch bonds into the 3-2, I think? Not the 2-1. The 2-1's a different name. It's probably a 3-2. Alright, well, they're gonna go for one changer. Yeah, 3-2. One changer here, probably just to heal off that climax off the top of the clock, which is pretty good here. I think that's pretty valid. They probably have another climax in hand. They just really want to be able to kind of stabilize a bit. It would be nice to stabilize with a 3-2, but yeah, we'll see what they do here. It's definitely very awkward. Oh, they're gonna just front row the 2-1. Ooh, that does not look good. That is just yeah, that's not great. That is truly not great. Does this level 3 need like a board condition? Very luckily, it just requires all your characters to be reload, so not too bad. All right, that one goes to memory, and then the 3-2 from the hand on play from. Whoa! What the heck is going on? Huh? All right. Well, what you just saw was, if I remember correctly, a very rude customer freaking running into the camera setup and just not even like apologizing. I remember I was really pissed by this. Like, she ran into the camera setup and it was just like, you know, it, like completely effed it up, and then like didn't even notice it. And then when she turned around, like a minute afterwards, well actually no, she didn't even turn around. Actually, I kind of called her. I was like, excuse me, and she turned around. I'm just like, can you be careful with the camera? And she was like, okay. Like completely oblivious to like what she did. It's just, oh my gosh, 2 cancels. That's crazy. But yeah, oh man, some people are just, yeah, well, you know, people, humanity. Oh, takes the 4 though. That's like the big 4. That 4 really needed a stick. If that 4 canceled, man, this. Oh, are you leveling a soul trigger? You don't need red that badly, sir. You should just level the I would have leveled the Riki like 10 out of 10 games there. Like, you don't need red at level 2 that badly. You want those soul triggers in rotation. Like, oh man, do you want those soul triggers in rotation? I would have leveled. You don't even need red in this deck. What do you need red for? You can just clog red at level 3 to play your level 3. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Wow, I would never level a soul trigger. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. All right, well, they're probably gonna play down the bodyguard, play down some other stuff, attack, attack, attack. This is actually a really interesting situation where you arguably you should play 2 bodyguards, one in the center and one on the right to deal with the 3-2. Because like if you don't kill the 3-2 here, it's just gonna. All they need to do is find a climax and they're just going to be able to bounce it. Bounce the bodyguard, right? So like, I think you should try to find like another 2-1 to like attack the 3-2. There's also another reason why just running big 2-1s is like a pretty good idea in this deck. Why I really like the idea of playing the, what do you call it? The, playing the other 2-1, I think is really good. You can also just play down like the 2-1 combo and then use, yeah, kind of. If you had the other bodyguard, would been really good. But you can also play down the 2-1 combo, play a climax, and then use your brainstorms to pump it, right? So it's like 2-1 7-5, I believe, and then 8-5 with climax, and then double brainstorm is like 11-5, right? Which is pretty respectable. So that's nice. Okay, sir, you definitely need a back row because oh my goodness. Okay, well, okay. So the bodyguard has a field condition, which is you need 2 or more other to get plus 8k. So they knew there was a win on the top to bounce the 3-2 to hand, which I get it, I see it. So that way the level 0 doesn't have the crash. But the thing is, like, there's just no reason to not play anything to the back row, like a brainstormer or something, just to make it harder for the thing to lose field condition. They don't have a brainstorm in hand or something? I can't tell what's happening. But yeah, like, it's so easy to lose field condition if you're just not careful. So like, yeah, I would just play something to the back row. Oh, they're crashing? Oh. That can't be right. This thing has almost lost the field condition. Now it doesn't matter what they bounce. They can just bounce whatever they want. That thing is going to be a 4-5 bodyguard, which is worthless. Yeah. Wow. And they do have a brainstorm in hand, so it's absolutely senseless that they didn't play it down. Right? Like, what is going on? I do not understand. They're holding the brainstorm in hand. They're just not playing it. Like, Like, for what purpose? Like, for what purpose are they not playing the brainstorm? Their hand is tiny also because they did like weird shenanigans in the mid game and they didn't clock that one turn, so they could have an extra card in hand at this point. Totally, but yeah, whatever. All right, 2 level 3 healers. If they have the climax, it's pretty funny. It'll be pretty funny if they have the climax here, right? Like, yeah, the bodyguard just gets bounced. Or I mean, you don't even need to bounce the bodyguard. I would not bounce the body. Like, if they have the climax, I would just bounce the level 0 in the front, and then the bodyguard becomes a 4/5. That's so funny. Yeah, why did they not play the brainstorm? That's crazy that they didn't play the brainstorm down. Like, at least if they play the brainstorm down, you force the persona player to bounce 2 things. Or they just bounce the bodyguard, right? Actually, you force the persona player to have to bounce the bodyguard in that situation because they have the front, and then even if they bounce something else, like you're getting like that one reverse, right? Which is like all the deck really needs is that one empty lane. But now it's like guaranteed that they'll just have like bajillion empty lanes. Yeah, it's too funny. Okay, please tell me they bounce not the bodyguard here. Like, I just please, please. Please, it's too funny. Please. Front bounce level 0. Let me see it. Front bounce level 0? Oh, please, please tell me they do it. Please tell me they do it. Front bounce level 0. Bounce level 0. No! No! Why'd they bounce a bodyguard? You just gave them another bodyguard to use. No. They could have bounced the 0. Oh, it would have been so much more funny. Now, if they like stay at level 2, they just play the bodyguard down again. That's actually a pretty big misplay, I think. Yeah. 100% here, you bounce like a 0. Obviously not the drop search, because the drop search is good on play effect. And you bounce the other 0. Like, even though the other 0 has like the mill 4 on play effect, it's like it's kind of not that good if like your hand is small and like, you know, it doesn't actually help you get cards you need. Whereas like the drop search is like, if you bounce the drop search here, they can just play the drop search like down again on their next turn and then search something they need. If you don't bounce the drop search, they have to like play over the drop search if they want to search something else, or like they have to crash the drop search, but then they don't get the main space search. Anyways, that's just not bouncing the drop search is correct, but bouncing the 2/1 here I think is quite incorrect. Yeah, I just don't think that's correct at all. I think you 100% bounce the 0. See, like, now if they stay at level 0 or level 2, then like they just play down the 2/1 again, and like they're like threatening stuff. Burn 2? Cancel? Surprised they went for a burn effect. Cancel again. Wow. Wow. Well, I don't know what else to say, dude. This guy is just canceling like a man. Just canceling like his life depends on it or something. I mean, it doesn't. he's running away with the game. I would clock here. I would 105% clock here. You want to climax. Your opponent is at 3-1. You want to go freaking 3-3-3 at his face and kill him. Please clock. If you do not clock here, you are ending. You're absolutely, thank you. Holy, yeah, you don't care what climax you draw, you just want to draw a climax. If you don't draw a climax, that's fine, because that means you're one closer to another climax in your deck, or your brainstorm gets a higher potential of hitting. Thank you for clocking there, by the way. Oh man, I would have lost if you didn't clock. Oh look, that's 5 clean. Beautiful. Beautiful. All the wins on the top of the deck. Beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, all right, 2-1 bodyguard back down again. Contest the level 3. Play the 2 soul beater. Yes. Let's go. 2-1 bodyguard down. Yeah, contest the level 3. Easy peasy. I would. Yeah, this. Wait, no. I would play down the other 2-1 too. Like crashing the drop search here is like not ideal. It's not the worst. I can see the argument. I would play the other 2-1 here anyways though, like in the back row. I would just play it down to have the full board. Like, again, we already know how important full board is. Disrespecting the full board situation. Oh well. Never punished, I guess. But win! Bounce! Bounce! Let's go! 3 damage! Huge number! And they cancel. Good cancel, actually. Alright, direct for 2. Trigger for 3. Oh, just 2. Okay. And they cancel. Wow. Pretty good. Wait. The bodyguard's 4/5. Yeah. This is why we played on the card in the back row. I thought they were bigger on the left lane, but they weren't. So like, why didn't they not play the 2/1 in the back row? It's free. It refunds itself. There is no downside to playing the 2/1 early into the back row. There's literally no downside. It's free. You should just do it. This bodyguard's 4/5. It's 4/5. What do you want the bodyguard to do? She can't save shit. She can't protect shit. What is going on? Oh my goodness. By the way, this Persona player has climax combo 3 turns in a row. That's really impressive. It's quite impressive. Yeah, not even to bounce, right? Yeah, not even going to bounce. Just gonna stalk here. Wait, why? Wait, why did they not burn? Is there a reason they did go for a burn? They went for a salvage instead. I think you burn here 100% of the time, no? I think you burn the first one 100% of the time so you save your last attack to like decide whether or not you want to not burn, right? Okay. So like, yeah, like imagine if they burned earlier. Like this is just lethal, right? Like two lethals. Okay, they're gonna burn now. Oh, okay. If they burn earlier, I think they would have won. Why did they not burn earlier? Why did you not burn on the first attack? What nonsense is this? Why would you ever not burn on the first attack there? I do not understand. If you have 2 combos like this, right, you always burn on the first attack so you see how much damage is sticking. And then once you get to the last attack, if your opponent is within lethal range, you can choose to burn so you can win the game. And then if your opponent is not in lethal range, you can choose to not burn and salvage and get the stock that you would have gotten anyways if you just chose to burn first. Like, what? You would have won the game. Oh my gosh. Huge throw. Huge throw. Massive throw. Massive throw here. Holy, that's actually a... Dang, that's crazy. Well, Heaven Burned Red is at 3-6, which is funny. And, well, we'll see if they can close it out without a clock. They don't have a climax in hand. Will they draw into... Oh, that's a pretty good draw. That's a pretty good draw. That's about as good as a draw can get for that deck. I'm gonna opt to brainstorm here. Interesting. We have 2 level 3s in hand. Yeah, brainstorm seems fine. I would brainstorm. Yeah, brainstorm seems fine. You kind of want to brainstorm for like either a Rico, like brainstorm for another brainstorm. Ooh, Fumio would be really strong here. Ooh, hits 1. All right, search another brainstorm. Brainstorm for brainstorm here is like, it's kind of lit. I think brainstorm for brainstorm here is really good. Or brainstorm for Rico if you have a Rico. Brainstorm for Rico, Rico grab brainstorm. It's pretty solid. Brainstorm for Rico is probably the best actually, yeah. You go Rico here. Oh, there's no Rico. Unfortunate. Smoge. Very Smoge. I don't see a Rico. Yeah, brainstorm for brainstorm then. That's the best option. Brainstorm for brainstorm, mill through your deck a little bit more, get like soul triggers out. You want, cause you don't have a climax in hand, so you want like as much damage as possible. That is not the card to get. There's no shot that's the card. How is this not a brainstorm for brainstorm angle? I don't understand. There's no shot that's the card. What is that doing for you? I don't understand. Just top deck information? If you want top deck information... No, that doesn't make any sense to me. What? It's either brainstorm or brainstorm for the double draw. But there's 2 double draws in the deck, so like if you brainstorm from brainstorm, you have a good chance of like hitting the second brainstorm, and then you can double draw like on a small deck, and then just like hit your climaxes. Or I guess if you're afraid that you're gonna mill out, then you just search for the double draw here. But like you 100% get double draw, right? Like you can draw into the climax and then like sack a win on top, and then like you're freaking chilling. Okay, all right. Well, burn 1, cancel. Ooh, that's kind of huge. They're gonna burn 1 again. Okay. Now what? Now what? Like, imagine if you had double draw here. Imagine! Double draw here would go so hard, no? You draw into that, so now you can stack the top card of your deck, and then you draw into a climax, and your opponent's dead. Watch, if the second card is a climax, double draw would have gone so hard, it would not have been, it would close. If the second card here is a climax, double draw would win the game in the most ridiculous fashion. Watch. Okay, first card, we know what that is, right? They would have drawn that if they used a double draw. What is this? Free fresh counter? Woo, free fresh. Okay. I don't know how many they were out, but like maybe free fresh makes sense here. I don't know. I haven't counted. Watch. If the second card is a climax here, dude, just imagine the world where they double drew. They double draw into the red card and then the climax, right? And then they can use the red card to stack a climax on top of the deck so that you get the direct lane on your Escanor attack. And it's literally Jover. Watch. Watch this next card. If it's a climax, it's actually just... Imagine what you could have done with this deck. It is so good. This deck is so good when you play correctly. Whoa! What did I tell you? It's a climax. You could have drew the climax. Okay, it's the wrong climax, so you're not as much of a sack. So, but like, you know, if he had the climax swap in hand, you know, it is always the right climax. That's what I'm telling you. It's what I told you, man. Just okay. Well, 3. You can cancel this. Oh, no cancel. That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. That's truly a tragedy. Wow. Wow. What was that game? What did I just watch? Wow. That's Weiss Schwarz, ladies and gentlemen. That's Weiss Schwarz. What did we learn today? What did we learn today? Weiss Schwarz is a crazy game. It is a crazy game. It's like watching chess. Watching like beginners play chess and the freaking eval bar just goes boop, 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 boop. Just like back and forth, up and down. I mean, like, yeah, Weiss is just such a game of like, it's such a skill-based game. There's so much skill in Weiss Schwarz. There's so much optimization, and every little thing you do matters so much in like the grand scheme of things. Like, there's so many ramifications for every small decision you make in Weiss Schwarz. That's why I love this game. It's such a deeply intricate and like very complex game, but like to play it is actually pretty simple. Anybody can play the game, right? But like to really get into it, there's just so much you can talk about and so many little things. Man, Weiss Schwarz is fun. I love this game. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know if you guys learned anything. Maybe I learned something. Man, I learned this game's crazy. But like, I hope you guys enjoyed that though. I hope that was fun. And hopefully this series can continue. We'll see if we can get footage. I don't know how I'm gonna get footage from now on, but we'll figure out a way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and, you know, sticking with us this entire time. It's been a pleasure doing this, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.